what are some of the things that you have already learned right now, either about yourself or about the space? What are some of the things that you have taken? Nana? Fantastic. How many of you can relate to that? So, I wish I could draw this thing carefully. But there's always a gap between your income and where you are. Are we following? There's always a gap between where you are and your income. What am I meaning? Sometimes in network marketing, you are here, but your income is down. Ay. And what will happen is that this is how you know you are in upward momentum. Because over time, if you are here and your income is down here, over time your income is going to rise to meet you. So you could be here and your income could be here, but at this level your income could be 100K, but here you are at 50K. Does it make sense? So how do we know? That is why I can look at you. Many of you guys, when I said to you when I started, there are only two people, I think it was only Zisan and Amila were making above 100,000. Our first group. It's only them two, ne? And I said to you guys, you're going to make more money than ever. Because I already looked at how you guys were, and I saw that your income has not yet matched your level. And so over time, your income will always grow to your level of growth. But also sometimes what happens now, your income, this is you. Oh, this is you. And then your income is here. Ne? What does this mean? What does this mean? What's going to happen? So there are two options. You either need to grow to where? To your income. Or what will happen? Or your income will come to your? One thing in network marketing, you are never paid what you deserve. In network marketing, you will never be paid what you in network marketing. You are either being underpaid or overpaid. But you are never paid what you deserve. Never. There was a time in your business where you did all the work, but the work was not doing it for you. But right now, you don't have to do much working. Some of you don't have to do much working. And your income will still stay the same. Because your level maintains that income. And we all, you are controlled by a word that we all know. It's called your mindset. What do you understand about mindset, guys? Talk to me. What do you understand about mindset? I love words, by the way. So now I find a lot of meaning when I break down a word. So the word mindset is divided into two. Mind and set. You got it? The word mindset means there's a setting of the mind. Your phone works in a particular way because of its settings. Your mind works according to a way because of its. And the question is, where's your mind? Where has your mind been set to? Because it's like, what happened? How did you change the temperature? What did you have to adjust? You could have done nothing to the room. Is there anything you could have done to the room to make it hot? All you have to go to there? Because the setting will control the temperature of the. Can I explain how this thing works, guys? How that setting works? Can I explain to you? So tell it right now, because this is going to change your life forever. This room now, can you look at the temperature setting, the thermometer, to see where has it been set to? What setting is there? How many degrees? 20? 21 degrees. Right? So what basically means, guys, when we talk about a bit of science, we're going to have a scientific conversation. I suppose we'll like a cool session. In fact, no more crying now. Say amen to that now. Amen to that, okay? We'll cry in the next bootcamp now. I want to teach you how your brain works. So now, 21 part, that's where the room has been set to. So what happens now if you open up the windows? What kind of air is going to come in from the outside? Cold air. So if the room is at 21 degrees, which means now, if you're opening up, it's now going to, the setting won't change. So this is the setting of the room. Ne? This is 21. Ne? Then we have the room itself, which in this case is also 21. Second soccer class. But now we've opened up the windows to the room and cold airs come in. So what will happen to the temperature of the room? Will it increase or decrease? When cold air. What does cold air do? The lower the number, the colder it is. Ne? So what will it do to this? What will it do to this temperature? It will decrease it. Ne? So let's say it will decrease it by 5 degrees Celsius. Let's say now it's 16 degrees now. That's the new temperature of the room. Ne? Teaching you how the thermometer works. Then the thermometer says, no, there's something happening to this room. It is not according to the setting. The setting was 21. Now the room is, we need to open up the fans and blow in hot air to increase the temperature back to its original setting. So even if you can try and if it senses not too hot here, what it's going to do? It's going to say, okay, let's blow in a bit of colder air to maintain what? Setting. Are we following? Now this is room setting. What about your mind? How does it work now? If your mind has been set, I'll give you an example, to 10K a month. It's been set there. I'm not 10,000. And now you join last and all of a sudden your business grows. Okay, I don't want to say this one, but am I allowed to say it? How many of you are right now, your job, the money you're making from your job does not make sense compared to what you're making from last? But. Now, I sense sense. But what happens? What happens? Why haven't you responded accordingly? No, if I ask you the reason, okay, Sima, why are you still at your work? You see, now I'm going to come back and we're going to look for a different story. But in reality, the real story, let me tell you what the real story is. Her setting has not met. That 190,000 that she made, do you relate to it, honestly? Which one, how much do you make at ESCOM? Do you relate to that one? So her life she can't adjust her life and the standards to meet this new room temperature because the setting is still at 17,000. Does this make sense? Does this answer some of the questions we had? And then someone asks you, but why? Okay. There was a time in your workplace, for those who are working, you struggled at work. And you're like, but now, why you You promised us, you said you're going to leave. Why haven't you left? Yes. Listen to this one. She said, if I leave my job, I'll be?
Yeah, because I don't know what to do in that I might not have a reason to wake up. I don't know. So I'm a bit lost. That's why I haven't left my job.
But all of that is part of a setting. Because you've been given purpose by work. But it doesn't start there. You are told before, go to, get good grade, so that you can have good. Now, you have, so that and then you have a good job, you'll have good. Now you have good money, but you don't relate to that one because your conditioning has already been set to good. No, it's setting yako and hile. This is you. And so you 200K, making 200K, making 300K. It's like, it's like you're speaking about someone else who's not you. And then, how much did you make? 100. It's like it's a dream. It's got its that issue. Why? There's a setting. There's a setting, it's where it's been set. And you see what's going to happen is if you don't change it quickly, here's what's going to happen. Guys, I need you to follow me on this one because it might be happening to you right now. Your setting is 21. Your setting has been 10,000. Give you an example. You are now at 100K. A month. But your actual setting and belief level is at 10K a month. Now you are here. And this room can get, even though it's set to 21, it can get to 23. What will happen at 23? Something happens. I'm an engineer by profession, so I know what happens behind. So something happens. Something called an error message happens. So that thermometer will receive feedback that the room is now above our setting. Then it will produce something called error, E-R-R-O-R. Then that error will say, what must we do? We sense that the room is 2 degrees above our setting. Then the error message will now say, produce 2 degrees in the opposite direction. Then Peter, don't worry, in other words, the room temperature, let's say it's risen to 23 degrees Celsius. Then there's a difference between 2. Then the thermometer said, no, guys, no. We are not supposed to be at 20. We are supposed to go back to. So we have gone up by 22. So now for us to go back to 21, what must you do? Must go down by 2. Yeah? We call this a negative feedback. So now you need to go back to where you were set. So it will blow, so in this particular case, it will blow to decrease the temperature, it will blow cold air by 2 degrees in the negative direction to go back to its setting. Are we following better now? What does that mean for you? You are at 100K, but you'll feel negative. Because in your life, that negative energy, that negative feedback in your life is negative emotions. And all that negative emotions is saying, we don't belong here. Quit doing the work. Relax. Hold on. It's negative energy. It needs to blow you down. We don't belong at here. So, I don't know what is happening to me. I'm supposed to be happy, and I'm not happy. I'm not supposed to be happy. This is not where things are. No. It's a fit. This is how the mind works. This is how the mind exactly works. It works exactly. It's called cybernetics. No, you don't belong here. What's going to happen now over time? If you don't change the setting to 100K, what will happen? Your income will go down back to your setting. And then guess what's going to happen, guys? When you're at this level, I knew, I prepared for myself. I didn't quit my job because I knew these things. That time all you've done, you have self-sabotage. It will produce negative emotions. Now you start teaching your team badly, your team starts leaving and goes joins other companies, your income goes down. That negative energy, it appears in different ways. It appears as dissatisfaction, it appears as bad energy. You're no longer a team player, you're no longer full of love, you no longer want to learn, you're no longer growing. And all that thing is doing is taking your temperature down to where you are comfortable at. Remember, I said not all comfortable places, not all comfort zones are comfortable. Some comfort zones is just the one you know. That's why some people are able to become comfortable in a shack. Are they comfortable in a shack? Not that a shack is comfortable, it is just that all that they know. And so if all you know is lack, even in the abundance, you still feel. So when people say change your mind, guys, just change your mind. It's not easy. It's a setting. And here's the thing. Most of you did not choose this setting. You did not choose this setting. One day, I was feeling all generous. I was still back. This is like maybe I was 2013. I was still very young. So I'm like, no, I think me and this guy, I'm not sure if you still remember this, we were staying in res together. And we took a guy from the streets. And you're like, man, this is going to change his life. Took the guy from the streets, gave him, shelter to stay in, gave him clothes. A week later, he was at the streets. Yes. Exactly, because what are people trying to do? You are trying to change someone's reality without changing their mentality. Your mentality governs your reality. Your reality does not. How many of you thought, once I make this money, I'm going to feel better about myself? But how many of you see that it's not happening? It's because your reality cannot change your mentality. It doesn't. And your mentality, we see it in many things. Your mentality is seen by how you speak, what you say. It shows itself. This is why we can tell by how you speak, happy. How far are you going? That person, how you speak. Now you know, Mokiel, when I say to you that you are not earning, your earning does not reflect you. You understand what I'm saying? I've met each and one of you. I've met you. I can tell you that no. I will tell you exactly. I can tell you all of you guys, one by one, especially those I've been working with for long. But when you have not yet settled. Can I tell you who's one of the people? Okay, amongst here right now, one of the people who's forcing that settling, you know who is it? I'm gonna do this because I want you guys to learn. It's his son. You're going to see in the next couple of months the move that she's going to make. It's her settling into this. Sometimes, let me tell you this like that now. A lot of you guys, you have to be a radical. What's this word? Radical. Intentional. Okay, quick one. This is why, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. And for this reason, I'm not a life coach. Don't listen to me about anything of your life. Sometimes I'll bias this one, team. Don't make that mistake. Right? Don't allow my preference to become your standards, okay? And then don't do it by force. I'm just giving you, I'm painting a picture here. And I'm going to give you a lead on what you have to start doing. I'll give you an example right now. How many of you promised yourself a new phone when you get X amount of money? Okay. How many of you you're like, yo, when I have this money, I'll buy either that shoe. And even today, that shoe is still pending. Yes. Listen, guys, listen to her. Listen to her.
I myself, iPhone 32, iPhone 17, yeah, I think it's 10K. So now the team is gonna accompany me to the iStore, right? But now as I'm listening to you, am I sure? Imali khona, but the figure like always. So you wanna la fear when
What is that fear, guys? It's the negative. And it's time to keep her at that gay playful.
14 Pro Max.
Okay. It's time to keep it for. It's no when you are comfortable with the 14 Pro Max. Even though you want this one, yeah, this one. This is. Are we following, guys? You see that this thing?
Say something for me. I've always wanted to have the Gucci Blooms, the perfume.
Yes.
And it's just 4 point something, but if it was for someone, I wouldn't mind to buy for them. But now that it's for me, I just feel like,
It always feels like there's something else you can do, ne? Can't you do something better with this man? And I can bet you suffer from that, Anit. Dashi. Hold on, guys. Focus. Focus. I'm sure you struggle with that. Okay, because let me tell you why, Yazanjan, about how you struggle with it. When you stood up and you said your goal, it didn't start with you.
Yeah.
It didn't start with you. It was about other people. No, I said the instruction was, say what you are going to achieve in the next 3 months. It's almost, no, not me. Others. When it comes to me, it must leave me as quickly as possible. It must go to other people.
Yeah.
Even in Mali, when it comes, you feel guilty for having a lot of money.
You start dishing up.
Now you start funding people's fantasies with your money. Guys, listen, you have to be very strict on this one. You are insulting God if you misuse this money by giving it to people. Just in jail, anyhow. Can I stay a bit on this one? Listen, you don't want me to stay on it? Okay. But I will. Majority rules. Listen to me. Do you know who knows the story of Unyana Olahleko, the prodigal son? Okay, I want you, whilst you're there, to type what does prodigal mean. Prodigal. No, type it. Type it. I want you to read it to the class. What does the word prodigal mean? I'm fixing the setting here, guys.
okay, it means recklessly wasteful, very lavish, or someone who returns home after long absence.
Okay. The key thing there is the word wasteful. You are not a good manager of what you've been given. So you are given 100,000, and you always find a way to become a victim of people. They come often 10,000 in. And you become wasteful You just can't bole kapo. How many of you started to find that they've grown with your money? Ne? Have you realized? Have you realized that? Eh? Have you realized that? Hey, you start asking yourself. Have you checked? Told me it's almost as if now even their stories have become sadder and sadder and sadder. Where were these stories when I didn't have money? Now all of a sudden they are appearing.
I go need talent.
My principle is this. You know me now, I don't borrow people money. No, I'll tell you. I said, listen. I'll tell you that. Listen, the principle I have in life, I don't borrow people money. I give, and I'm led to give. So nothing in me saying I must give money. Stop. Remember, here's the thing, guys. Again, this will never happen if the story that you need to be liked by people is still there. If you need to please people to be accepted. Guys, if you're not careful, even your parents are going to fantasize their dreams. Yes.
This month, we were like, this month, we're not doing anything at home. We don't have responsibilities. Because abazali bhuti bazokuncuva.
You understand now? And I just real support group. Everyone is us. You understand what I'm saying, guys? And the reality of it is that, am I saying don't take care of your parents? No. I'm saying understand human beings. Understand how humans are. And you need to be able to protect yourself and protect what God has given you. I'm a giver. I do. But I feel like I'm led by God to give. I will listen to something and I'll say, okay, I'm touched by this person. But someone will see you give here. All of a sudden. You understand? When they look at you, they see something to take from as if you don't deserve this thing. And now, because also you don't feel like you deserve it, what happens? You just... So money ain't thing. And also money is what? Spiritual. What is money? Guys, no, I need you guys to understand that money is very spiritual. Sometimes, and then they transfer their problems. That has happened to me many times. I remember 2018, I borrowed this lady money, and all of us, immediately after that, I started having money problems. And I didn't have, because money is energy. I started having money problems. I'm like, why? Why now? And then I went to, and people were talking to me, and one guy said, no, you must never. It's a spiritual principle. Do not give money. So now he said to me, no, please, that money that is there, let it go. Tell that person I don't have to return it back. But no, send a text. I didn't have to return it because now she was not able to. And that thing was slowing down everything I was doing. And I sent a text, okay, no, it's fine, keep the money. Immediately after that thing went up. I mean, 20, that's like 20, I thought like 27,000, something like that.
And it makes a whole lot of sense. it makes a lot of sense because immediately when you post that amount, people will come in numbers. But now it also attracts the enemy because they become enemy. So now it attracts them. So what do you think because as I'm sitting here, when I get out of here, I want to post that money because I know that people will come in numbers. But now those monitoring spirits will come and borrow money and they show that this one got this much. So
the most important thing you
How
have
do
to,
we
you have to
copy?
tell them. So here's the thing, you, I don't know who I was saying this to. Let me think. I was saying it to someone. And I was saying to them, I said to this person, one of the most important things, and I'm going to be speaking about this right now, the 3 things you have to work on as a human being is to work, number 1, with your relationship with God. In other words, you need to know God for you, not, you understand? Don't Wi-Fi or hotspot your relationship with God. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't hotspot your relationship. Don't rely on other people to become sources of a relationship with you and God. I'm not sure if I'm making sense. God, then, because you will always be a victim of God said to me that you must. So you have to study your relationship with God, number 1. And I'm going to speak about that. Number 2, you need to understand the relationship you have with yourself. Very, very important. Why am I saying this thing? Because you need to understand what your values are. What are my values? What does this mean? So that you know that this is important. So that if I say no to Nkosazana, I must not feel bad for saying no to her. It has to do with it. It all goes back to a story. If for every person you gave, you are seen as being wasteful, when God looks at you, he sees someone who's wasteful. How does that make you feel? Okay, which feeling of waste is bad? The one from God or the one from people? Okay. Do you think God wants you to become wasteful? Yes. God, what God has, you must think, that is what I'm saying. The most important thing is your relationship with Nai. So that you can have a framework of your own life. You understand what I'm saying? And then where do you enter? This is what no, guys, listen, you know what I'm saying? Have a good relationship with who? Do you know uzazi uphakamile wena? This is why you have to evaluate yourself. I always say with my friends at Gents, I always say, Gents, whatever happens, because, this one owns a big financial institution firm, together we're business partners. He's also my business partner here in real estate. I said, Gents, I actually see it 2 years from now, we're going to be multi-billionaires. And when I think about billionaires in South Africa right now, we don't have first-time billionaires that is below the ages of, below the ages of 40. Right? Below the ages of 40. You cannot count billionaires below the age of 40. And I said, and all of us are below the age of 40. And I said to us, we're going to become billionaires. I said, guys, but one thing, let's be careful of one thing. Let's be careful of pride. So let's hold each other to a standard. But I can say that to them. I can't go to my friends from high school and say, please hold me accountable for pride. Because they will interpret pride in a different way than they would interpret pride. They are on a particular level to understand what pride looks like. When you post your income on social media, certain people will say you are kaisa. Some people will say you are inspiring them. You understand? So now the question is, who do you choose to listen to? Whose opinions? This is why, guys, you must enter a framework where you have the ability to disqualify people's opinions. I'm saying that one of the strongest frameworks you're going to have to build is the ability to what? To disqualify. I can't be offended by Lisha's framework. Because Lisha, at the age when he was 24 years old, he had 18 properties. Now, yeah. right? 18 properties, right? One of Ngaba's mentees makes 600 and something thousand rands a week, right? No, so what I'm trying to tell you right now, guys, is I need. So do you understand why I cannot go to my friends who's making 15K a month and try to get an opinion from them? Because anything I do will be offensive to them. Me buying some buying a sneaker say 25K is going to be offensive to someone who borrowed 2.5. Are you understand what I'm saying? So now just imagine when again Tanega, you are busy, pass out in the wrong. Who cares? This thing of when we must end now. Not everyone's gonna like you. You must just choose who you want to like you. So one of the things that you have to build a framework, whose opinion must matter in my life. Not everyone's opinion. What does the people who truly love you and you understand each other's what do they say about you? If they have not said you've become Amdana Mupagamile, it's fine. If they have said no, but there are certain people you know who definitely Upagamile. Because you're no longer earning 15,000. Upagamile, you're now earning 100,000. Upagamile income. So there will be you understand what I'm saying to you guys? And so you have to develop this framework, otherwise you're gonna have this story. Oh, people are not gonna like me. Post that, man. Post it.
Not me.
Who? Truly, did I see that text on you? That you posted something on Facebook of someone at the month end, what? I think you posted something on Facebook, I'm not sure if it's today, where someone started texting, no, I'm just checking up on you, friend.
Oh, no, it was my little sister.
She was checking up on you.
Yes.
And you see now. So do you see how mindful you have to be of things? Do you see that nothing just happens? You have to be mindful of everything. Because all of that could all be settings to take you back to where you were. Now you have to post yours. Why? Must move to Summerstrand. Abafigi must. No, Abafigi Summerstrand. Who have you had? No. Who have you had? Okay, who have you had? Okay. Yes. Sorry, guys. Question.
Let's say in this case whereby these people were scared to show their incomes, like on social media and stuff. Would you advise like people to take the chances and show their income, or rather show imalabanazo through a lifestyle yabo?
For me, it's neither here or there. I'll tell you why. Ne? So you know this thing of don't post your cars number plate. It's like, hold on, this is my thing. I'm a chief. In South Africa, if someone wants to do something to you, they're gonna do it. You cannot, regardless whether they've seen your number plate or they don't. It has nothing to do with that one. You understand what I'm saying to you? Yes. Yeah. So you posting or not posting is neither here or there. By virtue, you start moving into certain neighborhoods. If they want to, they can tag. So if it's your lifestyle, okay, nemali. You understand what I'm saying? But here's the thing. In life, you cannot press accelerator. How many of you know how to drive a manual car? Manual car. Can you brake? Can you press brakes and accelerate at the same time? So what does the world make you do? But the moment you start thinking about acceleration, it says, what about the brakes? Start thinking about money, they say, what about tax? Start making money, what about safety? So now you can't go full. No, so if you have to move, move. You are in that environment.
Guys, I would advise you guys, I would advise you guys to move from the location at this point. Who's the Sugar Cape Town? Okay, before the Sugar, go and tell the Cape Town.
English.
Who's in, sorry?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I used to stay in a location, right,
Yeah.
with my parents. I think when I started growing financial and being independent, then they saw that this one is growing. When I bought my first car, they came in, and then they pointed me with my kid at home. Second time they came again, they took my phone. They wanted me to open my apps. They saw that I'm growing, right? Back in the days, I was still selling sneakers and iPhones. That's when I moved to suburbs in Cape Town. Yeah, but ever since then, I think they tried to come 3 times. Yeah, understand. So that's when I decided to move. So as we are growing, we should move from the location. Even when I came to Johannesburg, the Avenue Ayazba, I'm going Midwest side, Sentin. I'm not going to the location. Even going to drums, even the bottom to miss it, because I'm traumatized. Yeah, so
You understand that, guys? But that's a nice. So now you live in a better area than what you used to. Top area, né? Yeah, you see what I mean? So, but here's the thing. The money that she made afforded her that. So anyway, you understand what I'm saying? You can't. So, and that is why, guys, ne, those who are in the Eastern Cape, personally, ne, that's why I left. I used to stay in PE. So I stayed at Gqeberha, but I knew that I was driving a Mercedes-Benz AMG line at the age of 25. So I knew that how many 25-year-olds up and down. So why come to Joburg? Well, here's the thing. At Joburg, there are 25-year-olds driving Lamborghinis. So that is what I'm saying. There's a thinking that, okay, fine, chance. Once I start to make my money, I'll just leave and go to a different place. Where it's okay to be rich like me. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how you have to think. Never think minimal. Always think expensive. Right? Always think it's my time to expand. Not to. You understand what I'm saying? So your biggest problem, number one, as I said, go back to the story right now. When people ask you for money, you say, no, why do you feel bad? Ask yourself, why do I feel bad? What is actually happening to me? Oh, it's because I'm a people pleaser. Oh, that's the real reason. Are we making sense, guys? So, the setting of your mind. You know the biggest way to change the setting is what? So, this is why I say to you, it's important. Everything you wanted to do, everything you wanted to do, once you started having money, do it. Are we there now? Am I saying be wasteful? I'm saying everything. There's that thing you've been aiming for. Because every time you deny yourself that thing, you are distancing yourself from where you are and where you used to be. You are saying, no, I don't belong here. But the moment you said, I'm going to buy that iPhone, that is where I belong. You will swipe. Like, okay, no, nothing. I got the motivation. Do you know how many, So guys, sorry, I'm a bit old school. So back in our network days, if you didn't buy a Benz or a German car or a luxury car, in our day. Yeah, no, nowadays. It's not the same with you guys now. Because yeah, on a phone. No, hold on. Here's what I'm trying to get to. So, sometimes men are toxic. So, being meeting drugs, the telephone is no telephone. So I was saying to Amila, buy. Aval. No, buy Benz. Buy. But that's me, ne? But I could get to understand. No. This is something that she wanted to do. This means a lot to her. Yeah. It's not about me, it's about her. And I said, go get that thing. Go get that half. Because when she gets it, it says something to her. Look at Look at what's actually happened. This is when I get into my car. What is my car? It's a Harvard. And that's it's my car. When I'm saying I'm going home, what does home look like? When I'm going to, guys, what does Guam look like? You see now, I belong there. So one of the best things to change, to quickly change your setting is your environment. Somebody say environment. So what does your environment look like? You need to go now. By the time you go home, your first task is to move out. This is mentorship, guys. I'm not going to lie to you and say, some of you to do what? Move out. No, not all of you. I said some of you. From a Kailita? Yeah. Yes, Lisa. No. You know, so this is important, guys, and I'm saying this to you right now. You will never hear this from people. Other people are afraid to say what I'm about to say. But this is important. When I came, my mentor, he took me like literal. I was going to get married. I was going to stay in East London. That was my plan. My mentor was about to move to Joburg. So all of us were about to move from PE. And he said, no, hi, Chief, let's go to Joburg. But it's like, yeah, East London, East London, I was at home, and then he said to me, don't think about the person you are now. Think about the person you want to be. Then he left me. But it's done, Chief. So don't act according to the person you are. Act. Yes, that was that one. Bam. I used to pay. I remember, in we had a house in PE. So when I was in transitioning to go to East London. So when I came to Joburg, I had already decided to stay in PE. I mean in East London. So my wife actually had an apartment. So I was already there, Like, okay, fine. I applied from there. Now I was paying the bond and stuff like that at the time. It was like 6K a month. I went from there to paying rent of 15K. Can you imagine that thing here? But you know how much I was earning? I was earning serious money at the time. Hey guys, sometimes when I think about these things, Mr. Mali, and because if you don't change these things, and I'm very grateful for my sponsor. But I'm very grateful for him. I'm very grateful because, he would know. I think he would know, and Roger would know. You were there when we were to Newton Park, guys. So I'm also very minimalistic. In 2020, and I was already making hundreds of thousands. My bed. I no pedestal. Why? Because I was used to this res life. So even though my money was changing, but I was not yet accustomed. What if, guys, these things I'm saying to you is not because I have been through it. I know it. When I tell you guys, I made $1 million and I lost $1 million, I know what made me lose it. It's because I did not relate to it. Like I know at least I can still afford the 6,000. Remember, not planning and at least my lifestyle. He cut in. And I didn't change. And I didn't relate. So I had all of this money I didn't relate to. The day I bought my Mercedes Benz. So I want to tell you this right now. If you ever think you're going to be comfortable to go buy something, can I say that again? Whenever it's time for you to go buy that car, that house, you are not going to be comfortable. It's not something where you're going to be like, I'm excited to go do it. When you're going to go, it's like, oh my word. Oh. I'm telling you, those of you who bought something, can you relate to that? It's a drag. What is fighting? It's your new you fighting your old you. Your new setting is fighting your old setting. Are we making sense, guys? And so it's not about you, and a lot of you have confused yourself and saying, you have convinced yourself and said, I'm trying to be smart with your money. No, you're trying to be scared. Yeah, like people are saying, oh no, I'm just trying to be smart. No, you're trying to be scared. And scared money don't make money. Because your next level right now, guys, that now that you're making money, is the next level now is to make your money make money on its own. That's called investing. But you will never send your money to an investment with this framework. Because let's say you have 2 million in your bank account and you must make an investment of 1.5 million. So I no longer see those numbers. Well, you have seen about you want to see the money. Now I want to see this thing every day. So when now you have an opportunity to multiply your money, you don't multiply your money. What if? Am I making sense, guys? How do the rich work? The rich I've done this before. In fact, one of the previous times I got bankrupt, the last time I got bankrupt, and I would never get bankrupt after that again. By God's grace. But how is it possible now? Not that the challenge to but like, I mean, is he millionaires? It's like, who wasn't going to pay it? Susanda, Chomam, right? But what I'm saying is that, so one of the safest ways to keep money is to always make sure that whilst you're making money, help other people make money. That's it. You will never go broke if you help other people make. I'm making sense, no? So the last time I went bankrupt, I lost 6 million rands. 6. That was back in 2022. Would you gone 6 million? Then what's my goal? What is my goal? Multi? What's 6 million? You see the thinking now? Do you think today I struggle to make 6 million today? 4 years later? We have an organization with that guy where our student makes 600,000 a week. Student. Current. So you understand what I'm saying, guys? It's nothing. We have to think about money very differently. Are you there? Is that corner? Cement just the son. No, Amira, they're making 700,000 a month. This is not, it's not new. It's not, So now, I'm not about the life of Solomon. I'm not scared. I know that nobody who's still there? Who's still there, guys?
Yeah.
And the same person who made that 6 million. So when you pay 600,000 for that car, that same person who made that 600,000, are they still there? Once you buy that house for 1 million cash, that same person are they still there? So why? Why? It all goes back to the story. And so this is why I learned to him as I transition now. My goal in our mentorship is to help you also become confident in your skill. In your skills. You understand what I'm saying, guys? Because your skills would say, so I'll give you an example right now. Ne? How many of you think that I randomly know how to grow e-companies? How many of you think that it's very strategic? I know exactly what to do. How many of you think that okay, if you think so, we've not. What happened at last is not just happening at last, by the way. I'm not saying that to impress you, to brag you. I'm here to try and instill a bit of confidence in you. To say it does not. You know one of the companies that we're working with, ne? It does drink sandon. Yaki juice. Kone encha. Huh? Maphela. No. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know that their business is growing like crazy now? It's been 2 weeks to 7 now. Yep. Hold on. You must hang on. I got 770,000 though, by the way. Can you come by in abundance of 770,000? Keep that off the camera, by the way. Ne? So it's one more never. Som. Listen, guys. Guys, what is my point? Leave the woman apart. The point is that there are things that once you plug them in, just so what does this mean, guys? This means that Zisanda, with your strategy right now, with where you are, you should be able to go when they. Wasn't it you when you said now visa come to a talk commerce school? Right? They should call and say, come consult for our company. Our company is losing money. We said, okay, no, call me. Come. I know exactly what to do. Because in Nakwalas, I brought in 7 million a month. So you guys are now at 1 million a month. I know what to do. An invoice there. So when I came to last, of course, then Zandon Gandim. No. I carry power. You know, it starts. Do it with your business. Because with me, I did it over and over and over again. So this is why now you come to last, you know, once you do this, I know what to say to you. Because I've said it to many people like you that have gotten the results that you got and the results you're about to get. Most of you, guys, honestly, this is not new to me, by the way. I love it, but it's not new. We've done this, We've done this many times before. And it's not bragging. I'm trying to get your mind to understand that, no, once the way we bambe, it's a lifelong skill. Once we bambe, you will not go broke ever in your life again. You will not worry about money because you are the money printing machine. It's not luck. Are we together? So what does this mean? This means that if they drop you into Dubai, where there's no loss, you should be able to what? To build a 7 million rand business, Napa. If they drop you in Zimbabwe, in some pundus, they should be able to. I always say my biggest breakthrough was finding out how I made my first million, because the rest came after I just copy and paste to that exact same thing I did. So now we're in multiple businesses right now. You take away this business, we can still do $1 million a lap because we have not. And I'm saying this, guys, so that you can be confident in what you guys have. Does it make sense? So the one thing you guys firstly need to be confident in is your skills. Say skills. How much time do you have left? 1 hour. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to be focusing on skills right now. And the first skill you need to build when it comes to network marketing is what? Okay, communication, it's fine. Angeti, we make money when we have what? When do we make money? When do you get paid? In network marketing? When do you get a commission? Sign up, ne? Does sign up happen at the beginning or at the end? of your process of it happens at your, what's the beginning process? Okay, educate, beautiful. What else? But who do you educate? Okay, prospects. So the first part of network marketing is pros. Can you sign up people without prospecting them? So there are different skills now. There's obviously the online prospecting and there's the offline prospecting. So online prospecting, guys, we know it. And a lot of you guys have done it, those with big followings. How many of you always feel like abantu following have an unfair advantage? Okay. Yeah, you no longer think that way. But even for you to have a big following, you must have added value to people. So the key behind prospecting is add value. Because people follow value. And people carry money. So money follows value. So in your prospecting, the question is, what are you doing? So for those posting videos, when your teams are posting videos and all they do, I love what Ngosazana said, sometimes in a drum. Ati, Ulas, you took the same poster that last took, put on there, and you copied it and you pasted it on your wall. As if to say it was not enough that last kept it on their wall. Does it make sense? Have you added value to people if your people are just posting? Have they? No. Posting last products there in front of people, is it adding value to people? So now you'll find that most of your teams are not having prospects. Because when prospects look at them, all they see is an advertising board. When you're watching YouTube and you see an ad, what do? Well, it's not talking to you. It's talking at you. And so the key thing here when prospecting is to add value. But how do you add value? You said it. Yeah. Right? Hey, you? Katie. But what must you educate them about? What must you educate them about? Remember this? Educate them about the product. About what? What about the business machine? What join? Okay, say it again. Can you follow what you say? What joining? What value? When you have? So when you are educating them, you're educating them about what? Whose benefits? So in other words, you educate them on a solution. On a what? So prospecting is about adding value. How do you add value? Educate people. Now, sometimes you can entertain people. Educating and entertaining is totally fine. That's the one now. I mean, I said you have to start entertaining people now. Okay? Because some people, when you make them laugh, they find it valuable, right? Nonetheless. But for the context of business, you need to educate them on a solution. To what? To whose problem? Whose problem? So, prospects don't come when they feel like they are not spoken to. How many of you right now, you did not, what's the time? It's now 4 o'clock. Do you know how long you've been listening? been listening from 10:30. Did you ever imagine that you'll be able to listen to one person for almost 6 hours? Yeah, she doesn't want to go to sleep for 6 hours. And how many of you like, can you please go for another hour? Right? But you're not going to go for another hour. But you know why? It's because I'm speaking. Am I speaking at you or to you? How many of you times if I'm speaking to your problems currently right now? You are engaged. Why? Because I speak to you. So same thing with your prospects, people's prospects. They will be engaged with you because you know their problems. But how do you know their problems? Now, this is the exercise I want us to do. All of us are going to stand up. We're going to have a timer. Right? Mr. Roger, is going to assist. Dino, please listen as well. So guys here, leaders don't tell. Leaders ask questions. They what? Many times we talk at people and not to them because we want to tell them what we know instead of asking them what they would like to know. As human beings, even school, you need to know all of this so that when people ask you a question, you can give them a right answer. It's like when people say, you need to know the product, so that when someone asks you about the product, you need to know. So the world has taught you to always be the one telling people. But how many of you don't like being told? Unless it's something that interests you. But how many of you, let's be honest, how many of you like speaking about yourself when someone asks? Exactly. You're the only honest one. Human beings like talking about themselves. They like it, human factor. So you know someone can like you more because you've allowed them to speak to you. Actually, I don't know why. That's what? Listen. Because people want to. This is why when you are talking to people, you cannot be the one. Okay. Here's the aim. The game here is to tell you that for you to lead better, you must ask better questions. Your team, the quality of your leadership will be based on the quality of the question and the questions you have asked. But the framework is this, right? But the framework is this. That your heart and your mind should be at, I want to provide a, to whose problem? To your client, to your prospect. So right now we're gonna practice this thing of asking questions. Are we ready? And you're gonna see that you're not used to. And you know that some of the problem here is a lot of us are not good listeners. How many of you know that you're not a good listener? And let me tell you this, if you can't listen, you can't lead. She told me, I remember her income code, 150,000 next 2 months. Listen to people. There are things you're going to be surprised in the next bootcamp. I still remember what you said today. Because I can't lead you if I've not listened to you. I can't take you to a place. Because it's not about me, it's about you. And so many of you can't listen to, you can't. It's like how to do by the time, you know, have you ever said a person from like, this person is listening to you, but they're not listening to you. They just want to respond. Or rather react. And you can't lead people that way. It's like a person, a prospect, I said, do a presentation right now. Okay. Last skin care. Here the product. Hi. You just want to tell. And nobody wants to listen to people who does not want to engage them. And so the purpose of this is to practice asking questions. So you're going to turn to your neighbor and you're going to ask your questions. You're going to ask questions to your neighbor. All right. But the aim of this exercise is not to respond to what they are saying, but it is to respond with a question. Can be any related question. So for argument's sake, let's try this with Roger. Let's show it, Roger. Are you happy to be here? I like your t-shirt. Where did you buy it? I like your haircut. So, okay, but you're going to see how difficult it is. You're going to ask the person next to you questions. They're not allowed to answer. The one who answers is out. So they have lost 1 point. Now, guys, it can be totally unrelated. You can be asking, hey, when are you buying your car? Ask me. Since the sense, when are you buying your car? Yeah, but ask a question. The aim is this. It's a dialogue. Yeah. Yeah. So, when are you buying your car? Listen.
Like for instance, why are you
Listen,
wearing the
guys.
glasses?
Yes.
Don't answer why you're wearing the glasses.
Yes.
But now answer me back with the question.
Okay, hold on. I like your glasses. Where did you buy them? Okay. Now, guys, the longer it takes for me to return, I'm out. Next. So, question. Now, guys, it can be unrelated. Ne?
Man, the aim is not to think.
She can be asking me when is the next boot camp. Where did you do your hair? Doesn't have to be related, okay? Like the aim is to get used to asking. Because leaders don't tell, they ask. So in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Go.
Why you short?
Eating an exercise to connect. When you're gonna buy an exercise to connect. I don't know.
Amro.
How many kids are you planning to have in the future?
How old is your mother?
When are you buying your next car?
What time is your flight tomorrow?
When do you
How would you feel about
Amro.
South Africa?
Ivela.